guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Pam and we're back with another video. So it is currently 10:14. I'm outside just really trying to enjoy nature because I'm usually always in the house filming, and I'm like, let me just come outside because I barely be out here. So yeah, I wanted to start a new series on my channel. This series is just about just conquering fear, starting over, just trying new things. The previous series I did, there was one episode all the way to I believe 28, was getting my life together, and I'm still doing that, girl. We're still doing that, but I feel like I want to conquer fear and to get into my empowerment and boss era. Like, there's so much potential in me, and I want to just be able to do it and stop allowing fear to stop me from doing those things. One of the biggest things that I told myself and I was speaking to God about was I wanted to grow closer with him. Like, I talk to God every day and I listen to worship music, but I'm not reading his word consistently, and that was something that I really wanted to get better with. So this year I was like, I want to get consistent and be disciplined with reading the word and getting closer to God. So that's what I did. I went to Dollar General and I got this notebook. Isn't it so cute? This was like $5, girl. And I said thoughts and talks with God. It's cute, but just how the pages look, it's like that. It's just like that. But I wrote on the first page already, just doing like Bible study, but I didn't want to like talk about what I read previously. I'm in Numbers in the Bible. So the part that I wrote was God was telling his people, this is Numbers 15:36. God was telling his people about how you were to follow his commands, and if you were a native, like this was from like the Israelites when they little backstory. Remember how God was taking the people from Egypt? He took them out of Egypt and he was leading them to the promised land. So during this time was when he was helping the people to leave their foreign gods, to follow God. What his command was, certain things that he was okay with, what he wasn't okay with. He told Moses about the 10 commandments and was showing them all that. So right now God is just like putting out his commands of what he wants the people to know. So yeah, so God was telling his people about how he wanted them to follow his commands, even if you were a native or if you were a foreigner. And if you were intentionally or unintentionally broke commands, this is what needed to be done. Broken commands offer a year-old goat sacrifice. This is unknowingly. Like, if you did something and you broke a command unknowingly, that's what you would do. Knowingly, you would be cut off. So I think sometimes people misconstrue how God was back then, and they're like, oh no, he was so mean, or he was that. No, it was kind of just like God had certain rules and regulations, and he was not gonna mess them or like curve them around just for certain people. It was the same thing if you were born there or if you were a foreigner. So he was just like had commands, which we still have today. Like, when you think about it, everybody has rules and regulations that we have to follow, or else things are going to be everywhere. You know, you have rules on the road, you have rules when you're in school, you have rules when you're at work, and it just helps for things to be orderly so things can go. So I feel like that's what God really just wanted his people to follow. And as I'm reading about the Israelites, of how they started disobeying God, how they were becoming rebellious, it reminds me of today, where it's like God tells us to do something, we're like, oh no, but God, like, wait, like, hold on. So it's just like, you know, it's hard to fight the urge of doing what we want to do, but we have to remember at the end of the day, like, the reason God told us to do it is for a better purpose, is to better ourselves. So the part that I stopped on was when the people started rebelling against Moses and Aaron. So to give y'all a good overview of what I read so far in Numbers, I was just peeping different things. So the people are being brought up out of Egypt, and they're walking to the promised land that God promised them. So God is noticing that they are slowly starting to complain. You know, at first they were just like, yeah, we're so thankful to be here, we're so happy, we praise God, thank you, God. And then I started being like, dang, like, we here now, but like, shoot, like, I'm tired of eating manna. Like, I want to eat something now. I want to eat meat. Like, when we were over there with Egypt, like, we were eating meat all the time. Because, man, like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired. So God is seeing them get upset, and he's getting frustrated because he's like, are y'all really complaining right now? Like, are y'all really complaining? So slowly but surely they're like complaining, and they're going to Moses as Moses is getting overwhelmed, and he's going to God and telling him, and God is providing each time. He's getting upset, but he's still providing. So what I noticed is Aaron, Moses's brother, he has 2 red flags that he's already done, and I'm like, Aaron, what you got going on? First red flag was when God called Moses to go to I believe Mount Sinai to go and get the 10 commandments. So he was up there for 40 days, and he was just with God, and just God is speaking to him. God's writing the commandments, because it said God wrote them. He writing the commandments on the stones. So as he's up there for a long time, the people are like, dang, like Moses not back, time flying now, like what we about to do? So they come together and they tell Aaron, yeah, so since Moses is gone and I don't think he coming back, we want to worship a different God. Like, we want to do our own thing. Aaron's like, okay, well, go get your little gold and stuff like that. If you're supposed to say no, how about if you have questions about why Moses is not here, let's talk about it. We can talk about God, like what you want to talk about. Instead, he just jumps and says, cool. He goes and he makes them their idol. They over there jumping and dancing and worshiping an elephant. What are y'all doing right now? As they're over there having fun, like, yeah, we got our God now. Yeah. God looking down like, hold on, Moses, hold on. You better go down there before I get down there. Moses is like, wait, what you mean, guy? Like, go down there before I get down there. Moses go down there. He sees people dancing, singing, having fun. Yeah, dance to the gate. With this idol. And he's like, what? He's so angry. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? He breaks the stones. So of course when they see Aaron, they're like, Aaron, is that you? Because when you're in the presence of God, it's like God is so holy. So he's like so pale, his hair is white, like he's been with God. So of course he's not gonna look how he used to look. So they're looking at him like, Moses, you okay? Like, they're scared of him. They're like, that don't look like Moses. Like, that don't look like. And he's talking like, this is me. Like, guys, stop being scared. Come on, it's me. So Moses is just so upset. He's like, why would y'all do that? He over there breaking the thing they made. Like, yeah, what are y'all doing? They're like, dang, Moses, like, okay, like, God, we didn't know you were coming back though. Like, we were just trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Just, we were just like finding our options because we didn't think you were coming back. Aaron, I know Aaron over there, like, they had asked me. They asked me, so I did it. You should have said no. And I was like, you should have said no, but he didn't say no. Red flag number 2. Later on, Aaron learns his lesson. He's like, my bad. I didn't mean it, because they were on my back and I was just trying to make them happy. Moses is like, do it again. So Moses goes to tell God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break the stones. Like, they just made me upset, like they doing something. I'm like, say, like, it's cool. Come back, I'm gonna go write the stones again. He's not upset with Moses because he understands where his anger is coming from, because it's like, dang, like the people did stuff they're not supposed to do. Fast forward, Aaron, that's what I'm talking about, his second red flag. Aaron's with his wife Miriam. Miriam's talking about, I don't understand why Moses is married to a Christianite. Like, I don't understand all that. That don't make no sense. Like, why is he with her? Like, that don't make sense. I was hearing them talk about Moses, and he's like, are they not afraid to talk about Moses? Like, you know that I speak with Moses face to face. What gives you the right to speak about him like that? It's disrespectful. They were like, back in the day, the most disrespected would be like a father spitting in their child's face. That's how he felt like that was the same level. So God was just like, He said, Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, come in the tabernacle. They're like, oh, shoot, like, what happened? Get it now. And he over there like, why would you even do that? You don't talk about people like that. Especially Moses. Like, he don't even do anything. He do everything I tell him to do. And you have the audacity to go and speak about him like that. And then they quiet. So when God's done chewing them up, Aaron looks at Miriam. Her face is pale. Like, she has leprosy. And Aaron's like, oh, shoot. Hey, Moses. So Moses is like, Aaron's like, hey, Moses, so I just looked at Miriam. She look crazy. She got leprosy. Please ask God. Like, please tell God, like, I'm sorry. Like, she's sorry. She didn't mean to talk like that. She didn't mean to do that. Like, she's sorry. Moses like, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to go talk to our daddy. Like, be a second. God, Moses over there like, God, like, she real messed up right now, and I know you're upset at what she did, and she's apologetic. She's apologetic. She's saying she's so sorry. Aaron is so sorry. God's like, no, it's cool. Like, since she got leprosy, she could be outside the camp for 7 days until she get better, then she can come back. Cause no, and I said, oop. So that's where I stopped now. So if y'all like how I get a story time, let me know. But I thought of that. I literally put on my Bible notes. I said, girl, this is tea for me. I said, hold on now. I said, this is so much tea. I had to just press stop. Like, I like when I'm able to read and I try to like make it like, you know how I make it like animated so that I'm able to understand it more, because I'm like, I love stories. So reading the Bible is just like a big different stories in different times, and you're able to see the different people and what they went through. I try to like put myself in their shoes so I can really understand. But yeah, that's what I read, y'all. So that was that. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. If you like content like this, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, comment, and I also am seeing all the love from threads. So thank y'all so much for being on here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, y'all.